Hi, I'm Ian.
And I'm Mike.
This is Ed Cooke. He's a memory grandmaster.
What that means is he can memorize 10 decks of cards in 1 hour.
Right.
And a single deck of cards in 2 minutes.
And perhaps most amazingly, 1,000-digit number in an hour.
Is that really a 1,000-digit number?
I don't know. Ed says the way you memorize these impossibly long strings of numbers or cards is to, in your brain, turn them into things you care about.
So like I'd imagine 1,000 Ians.
Right.
Uh-huh.
What you do if you want to learn a 1,000-digit number is you develop a kind of vocabulary where every 2-digit number is a person, and then you basically kind of string stories together with people. You know, I have a set vocabulary, so every 2-digit number between 00 and 99 has a particular meaning. It's always the same meaning.
So if I said to you 3499871701, what do you see in your head?
Okay, so 34 is Frank Sinatra. 99 is a cricketer called Donald Bradman. And then 87 is actually my little sister Phoebe. And then 17 is actually a different cricketer. I'm quite into cricket, by the way, who's called Shane Warne, who's a rather marvelous character. And 01 is Martina Hingis, who was the world #1 tennis player about 10 years ago. So anyway, the image in total is, Frank Sinatra playing cricket with my sister, while nearby Shane Warne is, being slapped by Martina Hingis or whatever it would be.
Can I ask a question? So Martina Hingis is 01. Is that a position of prominence? I mean, that's got to be kind of a coveted number spot.
It's quite interesting. You said that. I mean, the choices I made are completely arbitrary, and I made them, a long time ago. And so, in some ways, I'm stuck with
number one.
My 18-year-old mind. So, for instance, Britney Spears features at 21, where, like, today, I don't think she has quite such prominence in my imagination.
So, given that you probably won't ever need to remember a 1,000-digit number.
Unless, like, somebody gives you their phone number and it's 1,000 digits for some reason.
Right, that could happen. How do you take this same technique and apply it to remembering names?
The name Mike, for instance, might remind you of the word microphone. What's your surname, Mike?
Danforth.
Oh, right, very good. I mean, I've got a very good friend called Dan, and I can kind of imagine him going forth in a kind of comic fashion. So I'd probably try and link you to him going forth over a river or something, and then there's a microphone, Dan's going forth, it's Mike Danforth, and you're sitting on his shoulders or something like that.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like the fun thing. I haven't done that in a long time. What about Ian?
Well, can you do me?
Do Ian.
Yeah.
Right, well, so Ian, what's your surname?
Chillog.
Chillog?
That's right.
Oh, that's a very good name. I congratulate you.
Thanks.
Well, I mean,
You're just
that's
stalling.
An easy one. I could just imagine you, like, chilling out on a log, just taking it easy, shooting the breeze. And Ian, I happen to know a guy called Ian who has an amusing moustache. So I'd imagine you chilling on a log, twiddling an amusing moustache.
All right, we got names covered.
Yeah, Ed says you can use this technique also for learning new words.
I believe the Swahili word kwaheri means goodbye.
Okay.
And that can be quite difficult to absorb, especially when you're first beginning a language. But, if I was to ask you guys, what does kwaheri make you think of?
Maybe quite hairy.
Okay, yeah, very good. Sounds a little bit like quite hairy. To my mind, it sounds like a choir of herring. But let's go with quite hairy. And so the trick would then be just to say, okay, well, how can we link quite hairy to the notion of goodbye, of saying goodbye?
Yeah. You're quite hairy. I'm out of here.
Yep, that's enough.
I only keep kind with the bald.
Right, exactly. That would be like a superb mnemonic.
Can I ask, Ed, you must catch hell when you forget something.
Yes. I tell you what, it is a cross to bear.
Yeah.
Being known as a memory person. The look of just sort of utter and deep and irrecoverable hurt in a person's eyes. You get their name wrong is almost too much to bear.
Thank you, Ed.
Sweet. Pleasure to be on the show. Thanks for talking, guys.
So there you have it. You now know how to actually remember the name of someone you just met.
And 1,000-digit numbers.
Right.
Swahili words.
Right.
Thanks.
Kwaheri.